Hey, how's it going? So I've already made a couple of videos about common misconceptions that people seem to have in the game, and I got some more ideas that I wanted to share. A lot of these things come up as questions in comments or in Discord or the clan chat, or they're just things that I've noticed while playing the game. But my goal with making this is for you to learn at least one new thing today. So with that being said, here are 5 common misconceptions that people seem to have in Old School Runescape. Starting off, we're going to be talking about the Hunter armor. There's 7 different styles of Hunter armor in the game, and each one has a corresponding area that they relate to, such as the jungle, desert, polar, etc. And whenever I train Hunter in those areas, most of the time I see people wearing those armors, with the most common stereotype being people wearing Larupia while hunting red chins. Some people tend to think that if you wear the corresponding Hunter armor to whatever area that you're hunting in, that you'll have a higher success rate of the thing that you're catching. But the truth is though that these armors have no effect on training Hunter and are purely cosmetic, and this was confirmed by a tweet from Modash a couple years back. I believe that this misconception comes from RuneScape 2, where if you stood a certain amount of squares away from your trap, you would have a higher success rate, while wearing the corresponding armor would allow you to stand as close as you want to your traps without any negative effects. The next thing on the list is about recharging the Infernal Tools, so the axe, the pickaxe, and the harpoon. If you use a smoldering stone on the dragon version of any of those 3 items, it'll turn into the infernal version, which lasts for 5,000 charges. Some people think that once those charges are used up, the tool turns to dust, but that's not true. It just becomes depleted, and at that point you have the option to recharge it with another smoldering stone or the dragon version of that tool. Smoldering stones cost 1 mil, so you'd be better off recharging the infernal axe with the dragon axe, while with the other 2 you'd be better off by using the smoldering stone to recharge them. The next common misconception is about multi-logging, which is logging into more than one account at the same time. According to the RuneScape rules, this is actually allowed, and to summarize what they're saying is that your accounts cannot interact with one another to give you an unfair advantage in the game. And they use the examples such as rigging the result of a minigame. So if you try to boost points in the games room by using an alt account, then don't blame me if you get banned. I was going to show you the original news post of when multi-logging became allowed in the game, but all the original sources seem to have been deleted for some reason, but to be fair, it has been a while. But here's an old picture of the report button, and you can see with rule number 8, multi-logging was against the rules at one point. The next misconception is about missing an attack. It is possible to hit a 0, but to not have missed the attack. It's kind of weird to explain if you've never thought about it before, but basically when you attack something there's 2 stages. The first stage is based off of your offensive and your opponent's defensive bonuses, and determines whether or not it's a hit or miss. And then the second stage is when you roll your hit, which ranges from a 0 to your max hit. So even if you roll a 0 in this stage, it still counts as a hit. One good example to prove that a 0 can still count as a hit is with Kurasks. They can't be damaged with anything besides leaf-bladed weapons, however you can still use the special attack of the SGS to recharge your prayer and hit points. Even though you'll hit a 0, you'll still get restored based on how much damage you would have done. There are multiple items in the game that are affected by this game mechanic, such as Guthans, Carols, and the Serp Helm, and there's a pretty interesting article on the Old School Wiki about this, so if you want more in-depth information, I'll link that in the description for you. And the last thing I want to go over today is about the upper floor of the Motherlode mine. At level 72 mining, you're able to pay Prospector Percy 100 golden nuggets to unlock the upper floor of the mine, which a lot of people think is only better because it's closer to the hopper and the bank. Now, this is true, but the real reason why it's better is because on the bottom level, the veins deplete based on the amount of ores mined from it, while the upper floor veins only despawn based on the amount of time that's passed. On the lower level, veins have a 33% chance of depleting each time an ore is mined, while the veins on the upper level deplete 15 to 27 seconds after they were first mined. Essentially, this means that you can't get crashed by other players on the upper level unless someone runs around mining a little bit from each vein. A lot of times when I mine there, I see people telling others on the upper level to move off of their vein, which really doesn't make sense, because if anything, it's better to have more people mine on the same vein, because that way there's less veins being depleted and you don't have to waste time running around looking for the next vein to mine. That is going to wrap up today's video though. Those are 5 common misconceptions that seems like people tend to have in Old School RuneScape. I hope it was able to help you out with at least one thing today. And if you enjoyed it, then please let me know by giving the video a like so that I know you want to see more like it in the future. And I'm currently posting every single day at 9 AM Pacific Standard Time, so if you want to stay up to date on my videos and see more from me, then please subscribe to the channel. It really would mean a lot. Also, feel free to join the Discord for the channel, which is linked in the description, or join my clan chat as well. The username for that is Mudkip. And I guarantee you'll make some friends in either of those places, or you can just lurk if you'd like to as well. But I just want to thank you so much for watching today's video, and I will see you again tomorrow.